What's up guys, it's Ian at Zab's Project, back with another tip for you guys. We got this lovely Ford Fiesta. It's 2003. It's like about 102 on the clock. So we're having a starting issue. When you put this key in, turn the ignition, nothing. It comes up with the immobilizer, so it's immobilized. Right, if you give you a little tour of the car, a little walk around. That's the front. If you go around the side abs. Yeah, if you go around the back, it's got scratches. So what the previous owner told us, the car parked up for about 6 months. We went to start it, nothing. Totally dead, battery died out. He called RAC. They tried jump starting it, and nothing. After that, he just left it aside, couldn't be bothered. So we purchased the car, and we've got a diagnostic tool which we're going to put in to see if the car gives us any false reading. Alright guys, so when we do put the key in, you put the ignition on. So ignition is on, keys in. You can see that immobilizer indicator saying that immobilizer is on. When I turn it to start, nothing happens. Switch it off, switch it on, nothing. Now, before I put the computer in, if you turn the key, let the immobilizer blink, it'll flash quite frequently, quite fast. So what you're supposed to do is let it flash fast. After it's flashing fast, it'll pause. Once it pauses, it'll come back with a flash, a code. For example, it'll give 6 flashes, pause, 1 flash. And I keep repeating the code: 6 flashes, pause, 1 flash. That means it basically gives you a code. That code particular would mean that your speedo cluster is, as there you go, so it's paused now. So now there you go, it's come back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, pause. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, pause. So this is it's giving me an indication of a code. The code will be either 7 or 77, and you can go on Google or your manual book, look up what the issue is. But obviously, because I've got the computer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a computer on and see what the computer says. Alright guys, we're going to put this diagnostic system in. This is the OBD2 connector, which is under the driver's side. So there's a flap here. This connects just under over here. Okay, so that little beep saying that's connected. This is my computer, Diagnostic 2. Alright, so we're going to look for Ford, connecting to Bluetooth. There you go, so that little beep is indicating it's connected. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for an automatic search first, see if they come up with any errors. Alright, so you're going to put your set key to ignition on 2 position, which is when the lights come on. Okay, you press OK. Now it's going to start reading your codes of the car. So like I said, if you haven't got this tool, you've got that immobilizer indicator, which will indicate you what signal it is, or sorry, what error code is giving you. Alternatively, this is the best route. You can this particular computer, you can reset codes, you can start a car if you've got immobilizer issue without an immobilizer. Now when I bought the car from the previous owner, he said, oh, you're gonna have to program the key to the car, because the key is obviously not demobilizing the car. Alright guys, so this diagnosis tool is not communicating with the car when you try to search up for any code errors. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to go across, and we're going to try to go to the Immobiliser app, see if we can start the car without the key immobilizer. If I confirm, connected to Bluetooth. Alright, no, So it's saying the same thing. Oh no, sorry. So, yep, ignition onto key 2. Yep, got it. Alright, so it's trying to communicate with the OB2 reader. Alright, so we're going to go for mode 1. Europe. Fiesta. Immobiliser. Gasoline, which is petrol, 2001 to 2007. Type 1. Because it's an old key. Alright, so this function is not supported on this vehicle. So it won't communicate, it won't do nothing. So what I'm going to switch this off. And I'll go through the tips. I'll tell you a trick of what to do before you go to Ford, or before you call RAC and you end up spending over £400 to reset the ECU. By the way, just to let you know, this is a semi-auto. Not that it should matter, it'll be the manual and the semi-auto, they'll have the same issue. It's no problem. So what we're going to do first is we're going to disconnect to the battery. All you need for that, guys, is 10mm spun out socket. Just disconnect the negative, put that aside, and then we'll come through the passenger side. Open the glove box, pull them aside like this, put it down, and now behind the glove box we've got a fuse box. Now if I give you a little overview of it, this is your fuse box reading. So AC, ABS, auto, tells you what fuses they are, where they're located. So F4 will be the top one. So you'll see the top line here, number 1, that's F4. Now I've been through all these fuses slowly and made sure I've checked each and every one properly to make sure if there's blown or if there's anything that is causing the issue. And the one I found was blown was F16 3A, engine management fuse. So if I show you, it says row 2, 1, 2, 3. It's the third one down on the second row. So if you look over here, it's row 2. Well, that's row 1. That's row 2. That's 1, 2, and 3. It says E there, which is a 3 amp, I believe it is. If I take it off and I show it to you guys, if you can see it, it's blown. Now I've got another one over here, so I'm going to replace that. That's how the fuse should be. It's nicely connected. Put that back in. Go to the front, we'll connect the battery and we'll see what happens. Alright guys, so we're going to connect the battery back on again, put the negative on. Put the key in the ignition. Make sure it's in neutral. Ignition on. Now I can hear the fuel pump priming, you've never heard that before. Try to start it. Voila. Start up straight away. Put it in drive, auto, manual, neutral, reverse. There you go. So we switch it off. Ignition back on. Here the fuel prime. Start straight away.
Also, when you switch the car off now and you turn the ignition on, see the yeah. Now see that's not flashing anymore now.
Oh, the immobilizer, yeah, that's switched off.
Immobilizer turned off now.
Like that. There you go, that's all done. So guys, please, if you haven't got a Ford Fiesta, your battery dies out, you try jump start it, or you change the, make sure you change the battery first, or get a new one, or recharge it. if you're getting a ignition problem, immobilizer kicks in, it's not starting, just remember, it could be any of these fuses. So go over the fuses one by one first. Make sure none of them are blown. If anyone is blown, replace it, then attempt to start it. But before you do anything else, do that before you go to the dealership or you call anyone and they tell you, oh, your immobilizer, your key's not recognizing it, you've got to reprogram it, you end up spending more than £400 or whatnot. First of all, look at the cheaper option. Go through each and every fuse.
So basically, to do the basics first, look at your fuse first. Mainly, I think it was the engine management that overly interferes with the key.
Yeah, hence why I wouldn't read to that
Yeah,
diagnostic tool either.
Yeah, so the best thing is obviously look into the fuse books, have a quick look at the fuse books, see the fuses. At that point, if you think no, it's not the fuses are fine, yeah, then obviously it could come down to the ECU or the ECU key, and then obviously it gets a bit more technical. But go with the basics first, just save yourself the hassle and the money.
Alright guys, I hope this video helped. I hope the tips helped you. I hope it works for you. So stay safe, stay blessed. We'll see you on the next one.